Hi, here's a selection of stories from Atticus the Storyteller's 100 Greek Myths. I love this book. I love the pictures, I love the stories of the ancient Greeks. And this story is called The Boy Who Fell Out of the Sky. King Minos of Crete was furious. He was seething. He was bubbling with rage. Bring me Daedalus, he cried. Daedalus was the king's inventor. He designed an impossible maze to keep the king's minotaur, after a horrible bull monster, safe. Now the monster was dead, the king's only daughter had fled, and Minos wanted someone to blame. So Daedalus was dragged before King Minos, feet in chains, and after the king had kicked him and jumped on him, he was taken. Just see the page there. He was taken to the highest room in the highest tower, in the palace of Knossos, and locked in with his son Icarus, who was 10. They had no food and no water, and soon they were desperately hungry and thirsty. But Daedalus was very clever, and soon he had a plan of escape. He made his son Icarus climb into the roof, where there was a big, old, deserted bee's nest. Icarus threw all the honeycombs and threw them down to his father. Then he stole the tail feathers from all the pigeons who were sleeping in the rafters, and threw them down too. When they'd licked some dew off the window sills and sucked out some honey from the combs, Daedalus melted the beeswax by shining a ray of sun through a magnifying glass he had in his pocket, and made 4 big wing shapes out of it. Then, while it was still soft, he pressed the pigeon feathers into it. He made leather straps from his belt and sandals, and then they were ready. Daedalus and Icarus strapped their wings onto their shoulders, climbed onto the window sill, and leapt out into the air. It was quite dark, apart from a few blazing stars, so no one could see them from the ground. "Whee!" shouted Icarus as he swept through the sky. "I can fly! Look, Dad, I can fly!" "Keep going west," yelled Daedalus, flapping alongside. "And remember not to fly too high. If the sun catches you when he gets up, he will melt the wax on your wings, and you will fall." Icarus was having such a wonderful time. He didn't listen. He swooped up to the stars and pulled Sirius's tail. Then he swooshed round the Great Bay. He didn't notice Helios, the sun god, driving his great chariot up over the eastern horizon behind him. Helios cracked his whip, and fiery rays of sunshine darted across the sky. One of them touched Icarus's wings, and the beeswax ran like rain down into the ocean far below. A feather brushed Icarus's cheek as he tumbled helplessly to the seabed, crying out for his father to save him. Poor Daedalus could only watch and weep for his lost son as he flew on towards Sicily. As his tears fell into the ocean, they were caught by the Nereids and made into pearls of wisdom. And the grandmothers who know say that Icarus's spirit rises up from the sea every night and flies into the heavens to play with the stars.